and welcome to US Tzu Chi 360. I'm your host, Dilbar Shatterson, and here in Snowfield, New Jersey, where annual snowfall averages 26.4 inches. And you can actually see double that right next to me, but it might not be over just yet. But did you also know that almost 101 years ago, a man named Arthur Wynne from right here in the town of Cedar Grove invented the first crossword puzzle? It's a simple game that's given joy to many across the globe, and now something that's spread just as globally, but has given joy in different ways, has made itself at home here in this town. The year 2000 is when Tzu Chi's New Jersey chapter office began setting up shop here, covering the entire Mid-Atlantic region. So join me this week as we learn about how they got started, who's lending a hand, and what puzzles they're trying to solve now.
我是陈丽蓉，我在1992年的感恩节加入慈济当了会员。当进来的时候，那一念心是非常的单纯，纯粹只是想说啊，因为孩子大了，想要回馈社会。那刚好因缘具足，也就这样进来。那时候纽约知会。 他们就头一次到纽泽西办茶会，就在我们家嘛。那一次的茶会，在我们的小小的房子里面挤了100多位，挤到水泄不通，真的是非常非常的挤。就在因缘具足之下，就真的就慢慢成立。应该是95年开始的时候，因为我在94年受证嘛，哈。那受证完之后，那有因缘跟着师贤师兄跟静怡师姐，那我们就回台湾随师。 我记得那一年的随师就全美国就我们3个人代表，所以那一次的随师给我很深的印象，而且也种下我立志要当慈济志工的这个意愿，因为看到了全省上人在行脚的每一个地方，台湾的师兄师姐对慈济的认同，让我也觉得说，我应该也是这里面的一份子，就是说以身为慈济人为荣。 所以真正的回来之后，就更积极的劝募会员。所以我们在1995年的3月12号正式成立联络处。那我记得那天联络处我们的那一天来的会众大概超过400个人，没有自己的家，每个礼拜在我们家开茶会，甚至在我们家聚会、开会、练手语、合唱啊。 那也不是办法，因为到后来我们的邻居已经都在抗议了，整个社区就被我们这样车来车往的，本来是美国的住家是非常邻近的，但是我们把它变成一个很忙碌的一个地方，然后我们就说不行，我们一定要找一个地方可以作为慈济的会所。 搬出去，至少还给我们的邻居一个安静的社区。就在这同时，我们收到律师的纯正信函，就说你们的邻居都说你们是教堂，这不是教堂聚会的地方，因为他们看到一群穿制服的年轻人拖儿带女的就到我们这家来，然后非常的热闹，就是每个礼拜6就是非常的热闹，所以他们就联合起来就写纯正信函。所以律师送信来之后，那我们就。 因缘具足，我们就刚好就搬家了哈，所以就这样找到了我们第一个会所，那就是在公屯，所以我们在4月1号就正式成立新泽西支会哈，所以我们在同一个时间哈，搬入自己的新租的会所，同时成立我们的支会，就是在同一天完成。那我们甚至搬去大概2个月以后，就觉得不够用了，因为越来越多的人投入。 越来越多志工，所以你会觉得说，真的办那个小小的茶会都不够地方了。所以那时候我们就开始想说，那我们是不是应该考虑帮我们自己找一个永久的家？96年的时候就已经决定要找一个永久的家，但是因缘也一直不具足，直到5年之后，我们才真正的找到自己的家。
This is the property that Debbie and her fellow volunteers purchased here in August of 2000. It covers 27,000 square feet among 2 floors, and it includes, of course, a very lovely bookstore, prayer areas, many classrooms, and a storage space they use as a food pantry we'll see plenty of later. But before being able to maintain all of this, how did Tzu Chi have enough support to get itself started here in Cedar Grove? Let's hear from volunteer Jackson Chen to find out. Debbie's right-hand man, Jackson Chen, is here with me now to walk us through how Tzu Chi volunteers here in New Jersey passed their roadblocks in making this commercial space a home. Welcome, Jackson.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. So Jackson, what can you tell me about the transition from your living room to this property here? What were the difficulties?
Well, because my house won't be able to accommodate more than about 120 members, we are forced to looking for other places. And the first thing we actually found out a warehouse facility somewhere about 2,500 square foot. And right after that, we actually set up a Tzu Chi Academy. We ran a Bunton High School.
From getting to the rental place to this one, what were some of the things that you were looking for in a property? And how did you find this place?
We found out in many occasions of the events, we won't be able to accommodate those people. We also running the academy school. They increased the rent. We couldn't keep going like this one, all right? The only way we can do, we gotta find a permanent house. And our member, she find this building is under the foreclosure. I was making the decision based on two things. The location has to be good for the volunteers. The second consideration is because we got a panic of the Bunton High School, we need a big enough to run a school.
And so once you finally got the building, what were still some of the roadblocks?
The original we bought a building is a commercial building. After the board building, first thing hit my mind is how we get the township's approval, change the zoning for becoming a religion and educational usage.
Why did the approval process take some time?
Nobody knowing Tzu Chi Foundation at that time, you're talking 14 years ago. They never have a Buddhism coming down here. They never have a Chinese group in their neighborhood. They feel not much comfortable.
And how did you end up gaining their approval?
We gotta have a good team to making the world be able to convince township to get approval. So instead of use a Chinese face go there to do the presentation, I actually hire a zoning lawyer who is American. Certainly we failed for the first time. They're saying, what happened with the traffic? You know, you're gonna have a school Sunday, so we hire a traffic engineer. We are very organized. Every time we go to the township, we all wear uniform. And the last time, I brought one of those about 8 minutes after September 11th event of the film. They took care about what we do locally. After that, we got approval.
What have been some of the programs that you've developed here with the other New Jersey volunteers that you feel the most proud of?
2009, after an interface, which is Thanksgiving. Right after finish that, the audience from the local residents asking, Tzu Chi had done so much worldwide. What Tzu Chi had done to Cedar Grove? And we come with the idea saying, look, let's work with the township, see what they need the most. And that's when we end up with a meeting with Mayor Bob O'Toole. We had a small garage was running the food pantries. But actually the gentleman passed, and then the whole program was done. By the September of 2010, we're starting our first operation of the food pantries. And I feel very proud of them. And I appreciate all the brothers and sisters, they put effort to make it happen in such a short period of time.
Well, I hope the blessings continue for you and your volunteers here in New Jersey.
Yes, thank you very much.
And actually now I'd like to introduce our audience to the volunteers who helped share Da'ai's great love, but also great drama with the English-speaking world. I'm now joined by Chi Kai King, who's part of the team that's spreading Taiwan's great love here in English. Welcome.
Thank you.
So tell me about the translation work that you do here. You work on Da'ai programs, you work on Jingsi publications, and you also encourage regional participation in terms of translation.
Yes, we've been translating the Da'ai drama program for over 7 years now. We also have a regional editorial team which helps to translate local news articles and have them posted on Tzu Chi's website to let people know what Tzu Chi is doing locally.
How does it work? What's the process like?
Well, let's take Da'ai drama as an example. After we receive the material from Da'ai TV, we first get them formatted for our use, and then we review the material and identify a list of glossary entries. This way the translation will be consistent across multiple episodes. And we need editors whose primary language is Chinese to make sure that the translation is correct. We also need editors whose primary language is English to make sure that the translation is appropriate. So after everything's translated and edited, we put all the episodes for a particular series together and do a final review.
What are the biggest challenges for your team then in making content that is in Chinese into English but also be fully understood?
It's always a challenge to find people who are qualified to do the translation or the editing and who are willing to put in the time and effort. Secondly, this is truly a team effort because it's virtually impossible to find someone who is fully knowledgeable in everything. So we really need to work as a team to complement each other's skills.
What can your team do to help break the ice with the English-speaking community?
We look at ourselves as bridge builders. So that's our mission, and we'll just keep going, and I'm hopeful that more people will be joining us in the years to come.
Well, I hope that many more people do join you, and with your translation work, jayo!
Thank you.
So now let's check out one of New Jersey's other huge programs here. It's just past 7:30 a.m. and we are waiting in 26-degree weather to get inside the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. This pickup has occurred roughly every Wednesday since 2010, and my friends here, Brother Bill Lee and Coco Tan, are the ones who come here this early. The food bank doesn't officially open to the public till 8 a.m. So gentlemen, I want to ask you, why is it so important to be here so early?
差不多有20-30个地分不同的 agent 来这边拿东西。要是我们晚到的话呢，因为它里面有些东西呢都是烂的啊，或是有一些不好的，那时候我们要慢慢的选。要是你来太晚的话呢，就拿不到说比较好的东西。
How does it work? How does the process start?
进到 office 的话，我们要签我们的 agent， 因为每一个 agent 他都会给我们一个号码。到8点钟的时候，他就会叫我们，叫我们就会给我们一张纸，纸上面就会写我们的那个 agent 的号码，写上去以后呢，我们就凭这张纸可以进去到里面去拿我们需要的东西。凭这张纸呢，我们才可以过磅，再把东西拿出来，拿到这个他会帮我们放到这边以后呢。我们就可以在这边unload我们的东西。
Well, now that the doors are about to open soon, let's go inside and take a look. These two belong to Tzu Chi, right? Look, it's ripe tomatoes. So boxes with products like these, bread, the produce, the dry goods, they all come from supermarkets in the surrounding area and sometimes from local farms, but they come at a discount or as donations to the food bank here in New Jersey.
每一个 agent 他就给一个号码，叫2034，我们是2034。
And the orange
43 248
8. Yeah, okay. You become expert. Everything same at the beginning. Even you don't know what to do, just stand there. Right now you see, you're very busy. Right?
I'm now joined by Julianne Jean, who's the director here of agency relations at the Community Food Bank in New Jersey. Welcome, Julianne.
Hi, welcome.
I see a lot of hustle and bustle going on here this morning. How normal of a scene is this for you?
Oh, this is pretty much our everyday. Usually the majority of our agencies come between the second and third week of the month. We feed approximately about 900,000 plus people per year in the state of New Jersey.
How many partner agencies and how many food pantries would you say that you work with as well?
Well, we work with up to about 1,200 partner charities and about 300 plus pantries. On average, I probably visit about 10 food pantries a month, just so I can sit down with that agency director and really assess what their needs are, talk about what their issues they're having, what assistance they need, what additional resources, just so I'm able to at least provide a good understanding for myself.
And what did you think of the Tzu Chi food pantry?
I absolutely love Tzu Chi. They are one of our very organized, very neat food pantry. You know, our mission is to fight hunger and poverty. Without every one of our partner agencies, we can't do what we do. So we are thankful, we're humbled, because they're doing the legwork for what we're doing.
Well, best of luck in reaching the goals here at the food bank.
Thank you guys for coming by and visiting.
And so let's check back in with our team in the food bank.
我们今天来的话有两样东西啊，我们是拿新鲜的蔬菜，另外一个部分呢就是说我们早订了 慈济花钱去买的，然后呢，因为我们东西政府给我们的不够，所以我们就花一些钱去补足一些来给那些感恩户。实际上我现在呢就是把这个单子给他们，然后呢他们就会把东西退出来。
That we have to upload right into the van right here, and now we're going to head right back to the Tzu Chi pantry to unload and do everything all over again. There are two places where you can unload all the items back from the food bank. This is where they keep all the produce in the kitchen. Upstairs, that's where they have the storage area where they have all the dry goods.
Today is a light load.
Today is the light load?
It might be 1,500, 2,000 pounds. I was here a couple weeks ago and it was around 4,000 pounds.
All right, so we're done here. Let's go upstairs. Chris, the numbers that you're writing on these boxes, what do those mean?
Right, that correlates with our inventory numbers in the computer. If on our paperwork we're to look at 788, we automatically know what that item is.
Okay, done with the milk. What's next? Now I'm joined by Doris Chang, who's one of the brains here behind the food pantry program. So thank you for joining us, Doris.
Thank you.
What were some of the major challenges and difficulties that your team faced when you started the food pantry?
Oh, in the beginning, none of the clients came to our food pantry. Last year, we have more than 4,000 families to here. For one day food bank, when we pick up the food, it's not enough for them. So we always go back the second time. Sometimes food bank, they don't have enough inventory. So we have to shop around at some other grocery store. In the beginning, we have to train ourselves to know how to run food pantry. So we have a lesson at the food bank. And we also went to our local food pantry to learn how to interview the clients.
This is a very, very complicated operation because you do so much on Wednesday and then on Friday, and you have so many people and so much food to coordinate all at once. So how is it that you're able to organize all of this?
Right now it's third year already, so all our volunteers, they know how to, run at their job. Okay, and also we train everyone can do each station as well.
What are the things that you and your team need the most here at the food pantry?
We just like our pantries can give the people love and let them know and learn how much we love, and they can love the people too.
Good luck spreading the love here in Cedar Grove and beyond.
Thank you.
And now let's see what the food pantry looks like when it's open its doors on Friday. So before the event starts, every one of these boxes needs to be prepared. One box goes per family. Oh, thank you. Thank you, 谢谢. So these are the bags that a lot of the customers have been bringing back. This number here means that there's 2 people in this family, and this is just their bag number. So these bags all come out to these tables right here, and you place them so the number is visible, so the client that owns this bag can find the right one for them. So right now I'm here with Virgilia Leiva, who's going to be signing into the food pantry, and we're going to get some stuff for her.
Can I have your bag, please? Your number?
So these forms are for what?
For the feather, for the months, and for the stay.
La tercera.
Pasta, next pasta. You can have 2 total.
Right now I'm sitting with Virgilia and another Tzu Chi volunteer, and she's helping her pick out exactly what she needs for this week. Okay, so now I'm going to go get her order and pass this off to the food pantry room. Hello, ladies.
That's a B2A. 1, 2, 4, 6. So now you just go over there to count the total.
Señora, ¿puede firmar?
Gracias.
Oh, de nada. She just has to sign out and clear that she's all done with the food pantry for today.
Y espero que pues que tengan larga vida para que sigan ayudando a los que necesitan. Gracias, bye-bye.
You said también. And that's how it works. And now I'm joined by a familiar face, Chris Grimeiser, who's been helping here a lot with the food pantry in New Jersey. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you very much.
How did you get involved with Tzu Chi here?
I live right in town, so I'm very fortunate that I'm only about a half a mile away. And I had an interest over the last probably 8 years or so, a growing interest in Buddhism. So it started out, I was actually curious what goes on here. So I actually just came in and started talking to a few people.
What is the special impact that volunteering here with Tzu Chi has had on your life?
Well, Tzu Chi has helped a great deal with myself. 6 years or so ago, my wife and I, we separated, and then eventually she moved out. Then she wound up with stage 4 lung cancer. My sons and myself, we just knew that it was time to do the right thing. So Diane came back home, and we're the three of us, and we also had a lot of other friends, family members help as well. And everybody really pulled together, and probably because I spent so much time talking about Tzu Chi and how great it is, and I think that philosophy, the spirit of Buddhism and caring for people, compassion, we knew that that was really the right thing to do, and we understood that. So Diane did move back home and stayed in the home until she had to actually go to hospice.
When you help someone else through Tzu Chi, there's no judgment passed. It's just you give the care, and it doesn't matter who they are.
Yes, because we look at everybody, and sometimes we're too quick to judge them because of their personality, but maybe that's because of simply the way they grew up, their surroundings. And when you look at a person deeply, you don't see that, but inner pureness is still there, and that's what we have to recognize, and that's what we're really here to help.
And is that a lesson that you feel has been ingrained in you through volunteering with Tzu Chi?
It is, because it's, when you're not doing any volunteer work, you're so busy with daily life, you're thinking about a million other things, but when you're involved in volunteer work and Tzu Chi work, you're actually forced to spend time and really reflect on what we're doing here. It's as if we're all flowers, and that being involved and thinking sort of helps that flower blossom, and it just keeps on blossoming and growing bigger and brighter and stronger.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope that the garden blooms for you this spring.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us this week at the Mid-Atlantic Regional Office, where the spirit of volunteerism is part of daily life for many of the people here in Cedar Grove. Thanks to all of our friends here in New Jersey for showing us what it means to be really dedicated to community service and fresh veggies. Join us again in the coming weeks to visit other Tzu Chi chapters across the U.S. I'm Dilbar Chatterson, and I will see you soon.